Good morning, it is day 63. We slept well, I slept well, Tim is still waking up, and we are on our way to breakfast, and let's see what the Bang Hao Bay has to offer. I mean, it looks not too busy, but people are up. It's 8 o'clock, and then we're off to the tropical gardens where Tim is looking forward to seeing his red hot spicy curry plant. Tim has gone straight for the coffee. I've decided to try the deep fried money bag. I don't know what it is, so let's find out together. I think it's like a fish ball. Actually, Tim, you'll like it because it's not too fishy. It kind of looks like a chicken bowl. Yeah, it's good. No money.
Thank you.
Morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. Morning. Morning. Just to the tropical garden.
Morning.
So cheap to get here. The Grab was like 85p. And we don't have to wait for a bus, but we are here at the Spice Gardens, Tropical Spice Gardens. Let's go. Oh, that's the swaddy car. They've just given us some high strength mozzie spray, so I think we're going to have a few creature callies joining us.
Trousers.
Oh yeah, I've got trousers.
We came early. It looks like possibly we're the first people to come in, I reckon, and we were greeted with a big spray of DEET. So come in early, beat the sun, but it's mozzie hour.
I thought you were going to say we were greeted with a big smile because both the ladies behind reception had a big smile, but yeah.
They were like, you crazy tourists, what are you doing coming at this time of the day? You're going to get eaten alive.
Yeah, but it's really beautiful. Just stepped in, there's loads of different pathways. There's a little kind of lake there in the middle, and yeah, it's just really pretty.
So it is a botanical garden, so there's going to be order and structure to it, but it still feels like a rainforest to me, and it will be our first time ground level, really. Where we went in Penang Hill, it was all kind of up on walkways and in the treetops, so yeah, ground level this time, so it'll be a bit different. Let's see what it's saying.
Let's go, spicy potatoes. Dare you?
I wasn't allowed to go on the sky walkway at Top Tower, but apparently under 80 kilos I could do this.
I'll leave that one for you.
You're a bit smaller, I might get stuck in there.
You might. Tim doesn't trust their DEET. He wants extra protection. Oh, I found the M25. Look at this.
The familiar sound of someone cutting something everywhere I go. Throughout Southeast Asia, I'm followed by this sound. The upper climbs of the spice garden. It's not the biggest estate, it's about 4 acres, but it's densely packed with all manner of bugs, mosquitoes, and of course plants. There's an audio tour you can listen to while going round to inform you and educate you about this biosphere, and it's amazing. Maybe it's we came a little bit early, maybe because of the mosquitoes, and it's insanely hot and humid. It's so different from the kind of mountaintop jungle we were at in Penang Hill. But as we go past the tea tent, we have the entry to the poison garden, and I'm actually going to read what they've signposted because I think it's pretty good. Welcome to the poison garden, a gallery of plants, science and fiction, life and death, fact and myth, past and future mix up together in a thick black fog of poisonous allure. The stories that each of them tell come from sterile laboratories, bloody battlefields, tribal rituals, and our home gardens. And then a warning saying don't touch or eat them.
So I've just walked up these stairs because they looked really intriguing. And halfway I could hear Tim in the background saying, don't touch anything. And I thought maybe the railings, because there's loads of ants crawling up it. Got to the top and I think I'm in the poison garden because there's lots of information and I definitely won't touch anything. Oh no, this one looks like it will attack you everywhere.
The familiar leaves of Monstera dolorosa. Now this is a common house plant and I've had one in my living room. I think my dad did warn me that it was poisonous, but looking at this signpost, all parts are poisonous except the ripe fruits. If unripened fruits or any other part of the plant is consumed, it will burn the mouth. If touched juice, the sap can cause serious damage to skin. So yeah, it's funny, we have these just in our houses and we don't realise they're potential killers in our midst. They do say, however, that the roots can be used to relieve arthritis, cough, cure wounds, fever and snake. So maybe a dual purpose there, deadly up top, but maybe life-saving down the bottom. So yeah, this walkway is really, really good. It's signposted really well, and I like the artwork as well that they've put with it. So yeah, it's really good. Here we have the dumb cane. It's indigenous to Central America and South America. Just had to do a little bit of a quick check there, and the plant I'm not familiar with. It does look a bit like a sugar cane, and it was used on sugar cane plantations. You wouldn't want to make the mistake of mixing them up. But the reason it was used to torture the slaves. Yeah, it's bad, isn't it?
Oh, I've actually just read this properly. Like with everything has its pros and cons. So the cons are consumption of any of this plant will cause loss of hair, damaged digestion, breathing, central nervous system, comas, deaths, and useful for poisoning arrowheads. But the good parts, it kills lice, intestinal worms, treat gout. It even, look, helps and ease labour. All those pregnant people.
Here we have an endangered herb from Mexico, the cardboard palm. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it being endangered though. It sounds like an absolute monstrosity. If consumed any of the plant, it will damage the digestive system, induce paralysis and a coma, and there's no known treatment for it. And it's used in rat poison, and historically it's been used to poison people. I'm finding this quite engrossing. I'm literally going down the line and reading them all. It's amazing because I don't know how you would identify these plants. I have no botanical expertise, but they look like anything else in this jungle. It's crazy. I'm sure there is a vernacular to identify and describe them, and maybe common traits of things that may give you an indication that it's poisonous. Bright colours on animals, I guess that's an indicator of poisonous, but on plants, who knows. But yeah, I found this one called the chalice vine. It's a climber part from Central and South America. So after rubbing eyes when handling the plants, you can't touch these. So when you're walking through, things are rubbing against you, you can't touch this stuff. It'll hurt for a long time. If consumed, any part of it will damage the digestive system, cause hallucinations, delirium, and even death. Yeah, I don't know. Crazy, isn't it? Sometimes you think you might like a little hallucination, but it's all context, isn't it? If it's followed by death and digestive smashing, not really. In the background we have the giant spider lily, and it's aptly named. I like the names they've come up with these. I'm not going to try the Latin variations. It's a herb from Sumatra. All parts are toxic, especially the bulbs. It can cause vomiting, diarrhea, and difficulty breathing. It can paralyse the nervous system and even kill. So maybe you have a little bit of a chance with this one, but yeah, who would want to take that risk? But some people do take that risk because it's also used for medicinal purposes to induce vomiting in order to cleanse and cure rheumatism and earache as well. You would really have to know what you're doing and how you came to the understanding of this plant that can smash you up, can also help you. I guess it's that dualistic nature, pleasure and pain, the good and the bad. Yeah, I'm staying well away.
So I have found their community gardens, and look behind, it's probably where they do classes, they propagate, and by this sign it says do not pick without permission. So they might grow some fruit and vegetables, and it's taken me back to my allotment with my parents, and I say my quite loosely because when I started getting urticaria hives about 6 years ago now, 7 years, I took some time out then and I decided just to be around nature, be with my parents, learn from them. So I persuaded them to get an allotment, which they still have now, and they're doing awesome. But we spent a lot of time together. We we grew so much fruit and vegetables. It was crazy, and we just had to share it with everybody. But it was such an amazing thing to do. I definitely learned a lot about how to live by looking at nature, and it definitely reduced stress levels for sure. But yeah, it's just such a nice feeling being here, because it reminds me of that.
Walk of death and live to tell the tale. I don't know whether it's just me, but one of my fingers feels a bit itchy and I'm getting a bit paranoid that I've touched or rubbed up against something. I think I'm going to go and wash my hands in a second and not touch any other part of my body. So yeah, what's my takeaway? Don't touch or eat plants. Just don't do it. Even in the UK, so many of them are poisonous. Also, it's been interesting to see that a lot of these plants do have dual purposes. A lot of it is for sort of adding poison to arrow tips and killing when hunting and that sort of thing. But they do have medicinal purposes as well when used in the correct way in the right proportions. Maybe these are skills that maybe most people don't really understand and don't use. You know, all our medicine is derived from plants, really. I did find one back there that apparently that's a cancer causer. So yeah, a bit of a nasty fella. But yeah, it's been really good. I would definitely recommend it. I'm going to walk back down through the garden and see what else it has to offer. It's not the biggest space, but I think it's worth coming. It's really good. It was a temporary, not a temporary, it was a random find. Just saw it as we passed on the way, and there are a lot of mozzies though. Quick bite check. I don't know, I don't want to speak too soon, but I think I've done all right with the DEET. It's just keeps spotting old ones that I've been nailed on my legs.
They are lurking though.
Should have brought trousers.
I'm pretty covered up, but they're trying to find a way in.
Yeah, it's all about the DEET. So yeah, we're just walking through here past the tea gallery. Obviously a plant that has made it far and wide and is everywhere. But looking at it, I mean, it's not so different from the poisonous plants. It's like, it boggles my mind how we've come to the understanding, and I guess it's time, isn't it? And yeah, tribal knowledge, things that have been built up and passed down the generations. But yeah, it's a world I've realised I do not understand. But I love it here. It's really cool to be immersed at this level in the jungle. It's not comfortable to be here, but it's well worth it. There's so much visual stimulation, and you're really in the noise here. Like I said before, it's really loud, but it's quite soothing on the ear. I think it has been kiddie protected, let's say, for the tourists. So it's got nice paths cut through, and it's all very hospitable comparatively. So the real jungle, I mean, that's another story, I think.
But I was thinking yesterday as well, or not the other day when we were in Penang Hill, we were all up in the treetops, and from that point of view, the trees were so tall, and actually when you look down, it goes further down, so like they are just years old, and we're here at the base, and so you can look up and appreciate how high these trees go.
He who sits at the top of the mountain basks in the glory of the sun.
Look at him.
I'm such an idiot.
So it looks like this is where they do the cooking classes.
This is actually for a team building session.
Oh, okay.
For a company.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you just do a hunt and then you just come for a cookout.
Oh, I see the big group actually.
Yeah, the one that's running crazy around here.
Yeah. What are they cooking?
Well, basically featuring local recipes. Like the chicken vindaloo, chicken rendang.
Oh, nice.
All highlighting our local cuisines from different races.
Yeah.
So we actually highlighting all these famous dishes, which sometimes they sound a bit surprising. They would not know as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So give me some examples, some local dishes.
Well, generally this one that we are going for is the devil's curry.
The devil's curry?
Devil's curry.
Why is it?
Devil's curry is because of the spiciness.
Ah.
Yeah, because they use a lot of chili.
Do they?
And then it looks devilish as well.
My husband loves spice, so I need to get him to try the devil. What's it called? The
devil's curry.
The devil's curry.
Yeah.
Located the toilets and I'm going to wash my finger just to be extra safe. And I've been set a little challenge. Life does like to do this. Am I red? Am I blue? Red or blue pill? Which was which? I can't remember.
Yeah, they're doing team building.
Oh, team building. Okay.
But-
Yeah, I think
but
I'd prefer a
he
bit of
did
cooking to
say-
team building.
He did say he's teaching them different sort of signature dishes.
Okay,
but
so
they
it's cooking.
It is cooking, but there's a team building group together. But
He just didn't want you involved. He could see you're a troublemaker.
He didn't. He was like, but he did tell me that they have a devil's curry that he's teaching them, and it's a cuisine down in Malacca. And I was like, I mean, it's a silly question, but I was like, why is it called the devil's curry? And I said, I think you might like it. Super spicy. So there's a plaque here that says, find your wings and fly. The Tropical Spice Gardens is here to inspire you and make your dreams. So I'm here making my dreams come true. And this is me trying to fly. Actually, it kind of works with my top, doesn't it? There you go. Hey!
We're going to make our way to the Spice Terrace. I think it's probably the last thing for us to see here. I have a top tip. When visiting the loo, do not be confused. There's a sprayer in there that's identical to the one that you're given to blast yourself with DEET on the entry. Yeah, it's disinfectant. Luckily, it was only my leg.
I'm just so impressed by these leaves. And I've given it a little touch. Hopefully they're not poisonous. And the leaves are so tough. If I was stuck on a desert island, I hope they have some of these, because these will be for the roof of my 5-star home. I've just stopped to look at this tree and it intrigues me by all its roots. And also it's called wild cocaine. And I started to read, the leaves are reportedly used for fish poison in the Philippines. So heavy.
Let's end on a positive. We're going past the medicinal spice garden. Here we've got the Star of Bethlehem, and this can stop skin irritations. Over here we have the American coin wort, and that strengthens your blood vessels. And then my personal favourite, the leaf of God, and this is said to be good for treating lung cancer.
I mean, he looks gangster with his silver chain.